Welcome back to the news at 10. It's time now to take you to Abuja, where Gloria Mizuke is standing by with more on the news at 10. Hi, Gloria. Great to see you.
Hello, Amarachi. Good to see you and welcome to the nation's capital. The Federal Executive Council has directed all ministries, departments and agencies to quicken the processes for the release of capital budgets for a reflation of the economy. The Minister of Budget and National Planning, Mr. Udo Udoma, said this while briefing State House correspondents at the end of the council meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. On the 350 billion naira which the federal government promised to inject into the economy before the passage of the 2015-16 budget, Senator Udoma said the fund is yet to be released.
Council approved that the MDAs, the various MDAs, should fast-track the processes for release of their capital budget so that the economy can be quickly reflated. And as far as the 350 billion, which was indicated, the money is available, but you don't just really, I mean, there's a process, and which is part of the reason we briefed Council that there's a need to fast-track those processes so that very soon, the money should be, most of that money should be released. We expect, particularly in the Ministry of Works, they should have quite a substantial release in the next week or so.
The acting managing director of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Wahid Olagunju, says the bank will reevaluate the viability of a $9.8 million biomass power project in Ebonyi State, which it stopped funding a few years ago. According to him, the bank pulled out of that project after it found out that its cost was bloated and its location unfavorable. Mr. Rashid made the remarks in his office in Abuja during a meeting with the governor of Ebonyi State, who said that the biomass initiative is to be replicated in the state to aid rice production.
Starting with the biomass power project, it is true that UNIDO is one of our development partners, and we got involved in that project. But at some points, there are issues regarding the cost and the location. Right, that stalled the implementation of the project. For us to be able to go ahead, there will be need to revisit those two issues. Right, we'll go back to UNIDO and discuss with UNIDO. I believe in terms of technical evaluation, they would also need to come up with a team that will undertake the evaluation because they have the expertise. Yes. And our staff will work with them on that. If the project is still viable, because in terms of efficiency, we need to look into that because for biomass, there are issues regarding the efficiency of a biomass project. So there will be need for them to properly look at it. Regarding money, we were planning to use the CBN Power Evasion Intervention Fund.
Don't forget it's a demonstration project. If it succeeds, of course, it's going to succeed with this kind of man I've seen today as the MD of Bank of Industry. Then we're sure to replicate it. Don't forget also that there is a new figure by the Minister of Agriculture, Audobe. It's a man on the job. Don't forget that is driving agriculture to an acceptable level. Now we'll be able to feed ourselves. So there will be a lot of rice husk. And so this kind of plant will be replicated. And so a major needs of our power needs will be solved.
The trial of the former Minister of Interior, Mr. Abamoro, who is facing charges of corruption before a federal high court in Abuja, has been stalled. This follows objections raised by the defense team over a document submitted by the prosecutor. At the resumed trial, the prosecutor attempted to tender a document through a witness, but the defense team raised objections, saying the original copy of the document should be tendered or a certified true copy. After order was restored, Justice Nnamdi Dimba adjourned trial till June the 10th, 2016. Well, that's it from Abuja. It's back to you, Amarachi.
Thanks a lot, Gloria. And welcome back to Lagos. Residents of Ihiagwa Nekede community in the Owerri West local government area in Imo State are concerned about the poor condition of the Ihiagwa-Futo road. People say bad state of the road has caused severe hardship as the most economic and social activities in the area have been grounded. Tonight, our community report examines the state of the road and the people's call on state authorities to intervene.
Now you're talking.
Ihiagwa and Nekede in Imo State, Southeast Nigeria are communities with a lot of similarities. Both host two major federal educational institutions, with the Federal University of Technology in Ihiagwa, while Nekede is home to the Federal Polytechnic. The siting of the institutions has in no small measure boosted the economic activities of the two communities, as the influx of people means a booming market for the local farmers. But underneath the layer of joy is a problem that has been causing the two communities hardship for a long time. Ordinarily, a journey into the state capital should not be more than 15 minutes from both locations. But once commuters converge at the Ihiagwa-Futo Road, which is the link into the Owerri metropolis, they are stopped in their tracks for hours on end due to its dilapidated state.
If you look at that end of the road, that's Eastman Junction. I don't know. Even most of the time, you see clash, like accident. You understand me? The road is very, very bad, and we don't like it. It's really affecting us.
As a result of that road, I couldn't come with my car. I come from the town, and you can't apply that road and go back with your car the same. You need to visit the mechanic shop. And I don't have all the time to do that. I start to take a public transport.
Besides the damage caused to vehicles that ply the road on one hand, there is also a spike in cost of transportation.
Before, we used to ride from here now, from this market square to Federal School, which is Futo. We used to ride it 50 naira, but now because of the bad road, it's now 100 naira.
The local market is not left out in the chain of complainants. At the popular Nkwoku market, located in the heart of Ihiagwa, is also experiencing a low turnout. As sellers say, students would rather go elsewhere to shop, and this is after paying through their noses to get their goods delivered.
It's affecting us too much in a way that our customers, they find it difficult to come to this place to buy because of the bad road. When they watch how much they will spend on transport, they prefer going to Owerri instead of coming here.
There, however, seems to be a ray of hope, as the state government has sent out words of assurances that the situation will be rectified in the shortest possible time.
It's our responsibility to repair the road, and the state government will work on it. We're just waiting for the rain to slow down, because whatever you go and do there now automatically will wash away. So immediately the rain goes down, probably during the August break, the state government will come in again and start work there. But I promise our people and our brothers and sisters there that the governor, I know, Wole Sokorocha, will definitely repair the road back again.
A promise is the debt that must be paid, and both communities will look up to the government to keep to his word and make their lives a lot more bearable.
Now you're talking.
Let's check in on business news now. Here's Adeshawa Josh.
You first. First Bank.
Thank you, Amarachi. Good evening. Welcome to Business News. Crude prices hit their highest level in more than 10 months today, rising for the third consecutive session after more supply disruptions from Nigeria and strong Chinese oil demand data. Global benchmark Brent crude futures rose higher by $1.07, and that's about 2.1% to $52.50 per barrel. Oil climbed to its new highs after the militants in the Niger Delta disclosed they have blown up a Chevron oil well in Warri, the Delta state capital, rejecting peace talks with the government. This, in addition to a string of vandalism, has brought the country's production to its lowest level in 20 years. As global markets await the U.S. Federal Reserve's interest rates decision on June the 15th, investors are concerned about the wider impact of the Fed's decision on the UK's plan to leave the European Union on June the 23rd. Channels Television's VOA correspondent Jill Malandrino tells us more in this interview.
Hike decision coming on June 15th in the U.S., but I think investors aren't paying attention to the Brexit vote on June 23rd in the U.K. This could have implications for the market.
I completely agree with you, Jill. I think that the employment data, which came out in the U.S. here on Friday, has probably put the possibility of an imminent rate hike here in the U.S. on hold for at least 1 or 2 more sessions. I mean, it's going to happen. It's pretty much inevitable. But for the time being, I think those fears are going to be laid to rest a little bit. I concur that Brexit is a big deal. This is has the potential to kind of put in reverse this global change that has been a movement that's been in effect for 25 plus years around the world as different countries sought more to integrate and to combine their economies. If an economy such as the UK chooses or votes to remove themselves from the EU, it could have very significant implications for fiscal policy matters, foreign exchange rates. It's a big deal.
Well, the Nigerian Stock Exchange benchmark index shed 137 basis points at the close of Wednesday's trading, marking a third straight day of losses this week. Here's Bolaji Akinwale with the details of the activities today.
The downside at the Nigeria equities market continued at the midweek session. The benchmark index dropped 1.37% at 27,098.18 points. Unity Bank topped the gainers chart with 10%, coming ahead of Owando and Fort Oil. On the flip side, Dangote Sugar led other laggards with 6.91% drop from its share price. CAP and Air Services and Logistics shed almost 5% each. Meanwhile, Wapik Insurance recorded the highest volume of shares at 60.9 million units. In total, 261 million shares valued at 1.21 billion naira were traded in 3,591 transactions. And that's it in the stock market report. I am Bolaji Akinwale.
Thanks a lot, Balaji. And now to global markets, where bosses finished off today's trading session in largely mixed performance on concerns about the global economy after the World Bank cuts the 2016 growth forecast from estimated 2.9% to 2.4%. Let's see some of these numbers. Business News Tonight. The News at 10 continues in a moment. I'm Adeshewa Josh.
You first. First Bank.
Still ahead of the News at 10, Nations Cup winning former Super Eagles captain and coach Stephen Keshi dies at 54. Sports fans pay tribute to the big boss. We'll have more in sports news. Please stay with us.